Welcome to Nusa Penida. Good morning from Nusa Penida. It's our second day here. Yesterday we took a break day from traveling. Didn't do any sightseeing, didn't go anywhere. Just had lunch at a small warung and checked out a nearby beach club. It's called Cactus. And yeah, the food was good. There was nice music playing there. We're in around end of August here, and there were very few people in that beach club, which is usually quite crowded. So I'm assuming that the tourist season is kind of coming to an end. This is our beach bungalow. We've got some breakfast on our patio with this ocean view. We actually woke up at 5:30 today to watch the sunset and it was beautiful. Hopefully tomorrow we'll watch it again. After breakfast, we're gonna go to the famous Kelingking Beach, which is in the shape of a dinosaur. We're not gonna climb down, just see the viewpoint, and after that, move on to the Tembeling Forest and natural pools. This is the path to go down to the road from our hotel. Slightly rugged. If you've got a lot of luggage, make sure your cab drops you right next to the hotel after climbing all this because it's very, very tough to drag your luggage through this road. short nap. We got back from Tembeling Forest and Beach around afternoon 2:30. We got done with the place around 12, but then we stopped for a lunch and then we went to a supermarket to buy some sunscreen. The sun here is really harsh compared to Ubud, so make sure you bring lots of sunscreen. Actually ran out of sunscreen just on the fifth day of our trip and had to buy some from the supermarket here. So yeah, that's one tip. And secondly, for Kelingking Beach, make sure to reach at least by 9 o'clock. If you're there by 10, it's going to be super crowded. When we were there, we reached around 8:45. There were people there. It's not like it was completely empty. It was manageable. Like you could easily stop there for half an hour, 40 minutes, do a complete photo shoot, take some videos, enjoy the view peacefully. It was very nice and peaceful. But by the time we started to leave, which was I would say approximately around 9:30, started getting really busy. And by 10, I'm sure it would have been full of tour buses and like huge queues. Since it's the most popular spot on Nusa Penida, it really gets very crowded. And it's on all the group tours as well. So private tours, group tours, everybody who comes to Nusa Penida definitely visits Kelingking Beach. So make sure it's the first thing you do in Nusa Penida, and also make sure to reach here before 9 a.m. Secondly, about Tembeling Beach. So it was around half an hour drive from Kelingking Beach on the west coast of the island. Both Kelingking and Tembeling are on the same coast. And there is a road there which takes you directly to the Tembeling forest, which opens up to the beach. But the road is really rugged. And if you're not an experienced driver, then I would say it's not as safe as driving on regular roads. So my husband is a very good seasoned driver, and even he felt that it was nice that we took their bike taxis. So bike taxis cost, they will say that it costs 150k IDR per person, but you should negotiate. We negotiated and we fixed a rate of 100k per person. So in that, one person will take you on a bike or let's say a scooter, and they will drive you down to the forest, and they will also come back and pick you up and take you back. So they'll give you a time limit of let's say 1 hour or 1.5 hour, whatever you agree on. We agreed on a timeline of 1.5 hours. And yeah, so the person came back for us and took us back. We were there for 1.5 hours and it was very peaceful. So it's not a very famous spot on the island yet. None of the group tours actually go to Tembeling Beach. It's very beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful places I've seen in Indonesia till now. Yeah, so I would say it's a definitely must visit. But also, having said that, it's not a hidden gem. Like you're not going to find it empty. When we reached around 10:30 or 10:45, and there were quite a few people. It's not going to be empty. So make sure you're aware that there will be people. But yeah, it's because there's a time limit of 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Everybody will leave quickly. So that place is never going to get crowded anyway. The washrooms in Tembeling Forest are terrible. Really horrible. I'm glad that I went to the washroom in a warung nearby. I think the warung is called Tembeling Warung and Bar, and that washroom was really nice. It's just like a 1 minute away from where you have to stop for Tembeling Forest anyway. So even if you miss that warung and you reach Tembeling Forest, I would suggest you to search that warung on the map and go back to use the washroom rather than using the washroom in the forest, which is like really dirty. After lunch, we also went to the pier to check out the tickets for Gilly Tea. It turns out that our hotel receptionist is giving tickets for Gilly Tea cheaper than they are giving it at the pier, so we're gonna take it from her. It's costing us around 300k per person to reach Gilly Tea from Nusa Penida. Our hotel is called Songkang Bungalow, which is on the east coast of the island. On the east coast, there is Buyuk Harbour. It has ferries which go to Gilly Tea, but the main harbour on the island is on the west coast, and it's called Banjar New Island. And most of the ferries to Nusa Lembongan or Giliti or even Sanur, which is the main harbour for Bali, all those ferries leave from Banjar New. So make sure you check the distance from that harbour to your hotel before coming to Nusa Penida. So now, after our short nap, we are heading out for a short massage. There are very few massage places here in Nusa Penida. In Ubud, we were just spoiled for choices. Really, on the main street, there are so many massage places. I think there are as many massage places as there are restaurants. So yeah, you're really spoiled for choice there. But here, there are very limited choices. There's one which is around 2.5 kilometers away from our hotel. Luckily, we have a scooter, so we are going to drive to that massage place and then stop at a room for dinner and call it an early night because tomorrow is another long day. Good morning. This is day 3 from Nusa Penida. Today we're planning to see the famous tree house, which is called Rumah Pohon Treehouse, and nearby Diamond Beach. Both of these points are on the west side of the island. We woke up for the sunrise again today. It was very orange around 5:45. Right now it's 6:15. The sun is about to rise, so it's a little less orange and less cloudy than yesterday, I would say. Much clearer. After both the viewpoints, we're also planning to go to a nearby island called Nusa Lembongan. There are ferries from Nusa Penida every day. Every hour has one ferry goes. So there's no need to book anything in advance. So we'll just see by what time we get done with Rumah Pohon Tree House and the Diamond Beach and then head to Nusa Lembongan. If you're planning to see the Nusa Islands, then I would say that Nusa Penida is where you're supposed to stay because most of the viewpoints are in Nusa Penida and it's a very big island. Like the east coast viewpoints are all half an hour from our Airbnb and the west coast viewpoints are all 1 hour away. So if you're doing a day trip from Bali, then it's going to be really hectic. Like you're going to be on the road for 3-4 hours and only see the viewpoints for 5 minutes each, which I'm gonna say is not enough because all the points are really pretty. And if you want to take some pictures and videos, then it's definitely gonna take 15-20 minutes at each place. So you're gonna feel very rushed. So a day trip is not enough. Nusa Lembongan, on the other hand, is a very quiet island, much smaller than Nusa Penida. So, if you want to do a day trip from Bali, then I would suggest Nusa Lembongan is the place. But having said that, there's not much to see there. Probably you can visit one of the beach clubs there, chill, have some lunch, and then come back to Bali. We're about to leave Nusa Penida and go to our next island, which is Kelingking. Probably the most exciting part of our trip because it's a party island and snorkeling there is also the best in Indonesia. Just enjoying the last few moments of this beautiful view from our bungalow. So peaceful. So yesterday was a really nice day. We reached the Rumah Pohon Treehouse around 7 a.m. and it was very early. There was almost nobody there. There were 2-3 people in queue who were done with their pictures really quickly, and we reached there after that. And yeah, in the morning it's very beautiful. The light was mild. It wasn't too sunny, so it was very easy to take nice pictures there. After Rumah Pohon Tree House, we moved on to Diamond Beach. Our initial plan was to go to the end of the stairs and see the beach from close view, but it got really crowded by the time we reached there. So we reached there by around 9 o'clock. We reached on time, but then we were a little hungry, so we stopped for some noodles. And we were thinking, oh, there's nobody here, so we'll be done with pictures and everything very early. But when by the time we got to the Diamond Beach stairs, there was a huge queue, and this is what happens at 9 a.m. So imagine if you reach there by 12 or even later in the afternoon, it's going to be really crowded. So if you want to go to Diamond Beach, then I would suggest going there as early as possible, probably 7:30 a.m. at the latest. And don't go late because it's very touristy, very crowded. But yeah, beautiful view. There were notice boards that waves are very choppy, so it's not very safe to swim. But the waves did not look that choppy to us at that time. Early in the day, it was fine. Maybe later in the day, when high tide is there, then the waves are very choppy. After Diamond Beach, we went to Banjar New Harbour to catch our ferry to Nusa Lembongan. So there are ferries to Nusa Lembongan every hour. You just go there and wait for the next ferry to come. And the price of the ferry was 200K for 2 people round trip. And when we went there, it was around 11:50. So the next ferry was in 5 minutes. So we immediately got a ferry. Nusa Lembongan is a very small island compared to Nusa Penida. We could not see much of the island because we were only there for a few hours. We just caught up with some friends and had some lunch, went to the beach. Probably the nicest beach in Nusa Lembongan is Mushroom Bay. We were in a beach club opposite to Mushroom Bay. The view was very beautiful, food was good. Beach was very nice, especially because there were no rocks, no pebbles. The waves were very mild. The water was very cool, so we could chill there very easily.